First of all, I would like to thank Heritage Society and Archaeology of India, Bangalore Circle for the very important invitation, which is very much useful for many scholars, making awareness of the heritage as well as the archaeological studies. In this lecture, I have taken a topic to introduce and also discuss the history of archaeological research in Karnataka. Uh, this from the 1800 AD, and this session is chaired by my senior teacher and friend C.V. Patil sir. Uh, I, I thank Chairperson for this program, and also thank Archaeology of India, Bangalore Circle, Superintending Archaeologist Dr. Sujit sir for invitation, and Divedi sir. Particularly, I would like to thank Divedi sir and Ajad Nanda sir for this program. And actually, this presentation will be kind of a discussion and measure the important the archaeological research and by the institution as well as individuals. I'll be discussing about the how progress we have done in Karnataka. All of us we know Karnataka was the state was formed in 1956, but prior to that, large scale archaeological research as an antiquarian research as well as the institutional research and the theoretical aspects. All these episodes have been conducted in Karnataka, and this is a kind of a review how much we have achieved in the archaeological research. What we have today, archaeology of Karnataka means we have a prehistory, proto-history, early historic, early medieval, and medieval. This sequence we have been established with the help of archaeological studies. Uh, but how this much achievement has been done? This is just a glance, which is will be in the this lecture. Uh, was to be know, sorry. Just go back to the history of Karnataka has a written chronological because we have now established the history of Karnataka with the prehistory to present, but there is a lot of traditions has been conducted from the very ancient period, I mean medieval period onwards. Particularly, we have a history of Karnataka. We have Shivatatwara Chintamani, Lokana Dandeshas, which is very interesting in Kannada. It is gives the is a, 16th century text, which gives the some glance of the important places of the history, like Kalburgi, like various places has been recorded in this Shivatatva Chintamani of the Lakkanna Dandeshas. And thereafter, we come to the medieval period. Ferista's Tarika Ferista text is very interesting for the understanding of medieval part of the. It also, gives the Ferista also talks about the Yadavas of Devagiri, and their inscription also talks about the inscriptions. The evidence of the while talking about the pre-Islamic period, he mentions about the inscriptions, value of the inscriptions, and some of the text. Vamshavali also talks about that. So, and thereafter he gives the history of the Islamic, particularly Bahmani Adil Shahi's history can be traced from the Tariqa Ferista's text. Whatever we have medieval history of Deccan, it's completely based on the Tariqa Ferista's text, which is published in the translated in the early 19th century, and also later on many scholars have been worked on the Ferista's text. Along with Ferista Taptaba, his text is also important for understanding of the medieval history of the Deccan. However, these text does not talk about the prehistory or sorry, any archaeological studies, but they refer to some of the inscriptions, some of the monuments of the Deccan. So that's why it is interesting for understanding of the background of the formation of the history of archaeology, history of Karnataka.